What if I told you some of the facts we all learned in school are basically historical baloney? That file cabinet in your brain labeled facts is a lie. From ancient empires to the 20th century, history is lousy with massive, persistent lies. Today, we're hammering through the past, exposing 20 of the biggest historical fake facts everyone just believed. Get ready to realize your whole life has been a carefully crafted deception. Let's start the purge. 1. Let's start with the big one. Marie Antoinette's cake. The infamous line, when told her subjects had no bread, Marie Antoinette supposedly sneered, "Let them eat cake," the ultimate proof of her royal indifference. The lie? She never said it. The quote was documented decades before she was even born. Jean-Jacques Rousseau attributed the saying to an unnamed great princess. It was classic political propaganda, conveniently pinned on the foreign queen to justify the growing anger that led to the French Revolution. 2. Nero fiddled while Rome burned. The iconic image shows Emperor Nero playing a fiddle while Rome burned. The lie? He did not. The fiddle had not been invented yet. He would have played a lyre. More importantly, contemporary accounts from historian Tacitus place Nero 35 miles away in Antium when the fire started. He rushed back to the city to organize massive relief efforts, opening his own gardens for the homeless. The fiddling story was political slander spread by his rivals. 3. Vikings wore horned helmets. We picture Vikings as bearded barbarians wearing magnificent, intimidating horns on their helmets. The lie? This is 100% fantasy. Despite countless archaeological discoveries from Viking burial sites, not a single authentic Viking helmet has ever been found with horns. The warriors were pragmatic, preferring simple, functional conical helmets. The iconic horned look was born in the imagination of an 1876 costumer for Richard Wagner's opera cycle. 4. Salieri killed Mozart. Thanks to the movie Amadeus, we believe Antonio Salieri, a jealous rival, poisoned the brilliant Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. The lie? This is dramatic fiction. Salieri was a highly successful and respected composer who worked alongside Mozart and even mentored one of his sons after Mozart's death. The poisoning rumors were fueled by an elderly, depressed Salieri. Mozart likely died from a sudden, severe illness, most probably streptococcal infection. 5. The first Thanksgiving was a turkey feast. The classic American image is the 1621 gathering where pilgrims and the Wampanoags shared a beautiful meal of turkey and trimmings. The lie? There's no solid evidence of turkey. It was a harvest festival where they ate a great deal of venison, deer meat, duck, or fish. The harmonious nature was a fleeting anomaly. The modern holiday, focused on turkey, was actually standardized much later by President Lincoln to promote national unity. 6. The Salem witches were burned at the stake. When we think of the Salem witch trials, we picture terrified women consumed by flames at a wooden stake. The lie? No one was burned at the stake in Salem. Capital punishment for witchcraft in the American colonies under English common law was strictly by hanging. The 20 people executed during the Salem trials were all taken to Gallows Hill and hanged. The image of burning comes from European folklore and the Spanish Inquisition. 7. George Washington's wooden teeth. We believe the father of the nation suffered through wearing a crude, ill-fitting set of wooden dentures. The lie? His dentures were never wooden. He did suffer severe dental problems, but his dentures were crafted from a horrifying mix of gold, ivory, lead, and most disturbingly, human or animal teeth. The myth of the wooden teeth likely arose because the ivory or bone in his dentures stained over time from wine and tobacco, giving them a wood-like appearance. 8. Columbus proved the Earth was round. We were taught Columbus set sail to prove the Earth was a sphere, fighting ignorant flat Earth believers. The lie? Educated people already knew the Earth was round. Scholars and the Church had known the Earth was a sphere since the time of the ancient Greeks. Columbus's error wasn't the shape, but his severe miscalculation of the size. His critics were right that he would have starved if he hadn't stumbled across America. 9. Einstein failed math in school. The comforting myth told to struggling students, "Don't worry, Albert Einstein actually failed math in school." The lie? He was a gifted student. Young Albert Einstein performed well ahead of his peers, mastering calculus by age 15. The confusion stems from a change in his school's grading system around 1895, where a 6 went from being the worst mark to the best. If anything, he was bored, not failing. 10. Ancient Romans used vomitoriums. We believe decadent Romans would gorge themselves at banquets, then retire to a special room called a vomitorium to purge and eat more. The lie? The vomitorium wasn't for vomiting at all. It was simply a massive arched corridor or entranceway leading into an amphitheater or stadium, designed to allow huge crowds to exit quickly and efficiently. The name comes from the Latin word vomere, meaning to spew forth or discharge, in the sense of people pouring out of a building. 11. The Eiffel Tower was hated by all Parisians. We believe the Eiffel Tower was despised by the city's populace as an ugly iron monstrosity before they came to love it. The lie? It was an instant hit. While a few intellectuals did protest, the tower was the absolute centerpiece of the 1889 World's Fair, drawing huge crowds and generating enormous revenue right away. The narrative of universal hatred is an exaggeration used to inject dramatic resistance into its history. 12. Chewing gum stays in your stomach for 7 years. The parental scare tactic warns that swallowed gum will sit in your stomach for 7 years. The lie? It's quickly expelled. While the gummy base is largely indigestible, your digestive system is robust. It doesn't stick to your stomach lining. Like other minor indigestible materials, the gum simply moves through your entire digestive tract and is expelled naturally, usually within a few days. 13. Blood is blue in your veins. We are taught the blue-colored veins beneath your skin contain deoxygenated blood. The lie? Your blood is never blue. Even deoxygenated blood is a very dark, deep maroon red. It only appears blue through your skin because of a trick of physics called light scattering. Your skin absorbs the red light wavelengths, while the blue is reflected back to your eye. 14. Medieval people threw human waste out of windows. The image of a medieval city is one of utter filth, where residents tossed their chamber pots out the window with a shout of "Gardy-loo!" The lie? This was not a universal practice. While sanitation was atrocious, the wholesale, unregulated dumping of all waste was more common in specific cramped cities, like the 17th century Edinburgh, not everywhere. Most towns had ordinances regarding latrines or cesspits. 15. The Great Chicago Fire was started by Mrs. O'Leary's cow. The tragic Great Chicago Fire of 1871 was supposedly caused by Mrs. O'Leary's cow kicking over a kerosene lantern. The lie? This is pure sensationalist fiction. A journalist named Michael Ahern publicly confessed in 1893 that he invented the cow and lantern detail to make the story more picturesque. Mrs. O'Leary and her cow were completely innocent. The fire's true cause was never definitively proven. 16. The forbidden fruit was an apple. The biblical story is simple. Adam and Eve ate the forbidden fruit, the iconic apple. The lie? The Bible never specifies the fruit. It was merely referred to as the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. It became culturally accepted as an apple because of a convenient but misleading substitution in Latin translation, where the word malus means both evil and apple. 17. The U.S. Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4th. The 4th of July celebrates the day the founders signed the Declaration. The lie? They actually signed it later. The Continental Congress actually adopted the text of the Declaration on July 4th, 1776. The formal signing ceremony, where most delegates signed the famous document, didn't happen until nearly a month later, on August 2nd, 1776. 18. People only lived to 30 in the Middle Ages. The The average life expectancy in the Middle Ages was approximately 30 years old, meaning everyone died young. The lie? This is statistical distortion. The average was dragged down dramatically by the terrifyingly high infant mortality rate. If you survived childhood and made it past your early 20s, your chances of living to 60 or 70 were quite good, barring war or plague. 19. Bats are blind. The phrase blind as a bat reinforces the idea that these flying mammals rely solely on their hearing. The lie? Bats can see fine. They are not blind, they can see perfectly fine, and some species have better vision than humans in low light. However, they rely primarily on the far more impressive tool of echolocation, sending out high-pitched squeaks and listening to the echoes for precise navigation and hunting in total darkness. 20. Pocahontas saved John Smith's life. The romanticized moment shows Pocahontas throwing herself between the executioner's club and Captain John Smith. The lie? The story is highly dubious. Smith wrote and published 2 accounts of his time with the Powhatan tribe, and the dramatic rescue scene only appeared in the second, later, more sensationalized account. Many historians believe the execution was likely a planned ritual, or the story was entirely fabricated to present Smith as a hero. 20 dramatic lies, all fake. Why do they persist? Because the simple lie always beats the complex truth. History is about who controls the story. Which fact shocked you most? Let me know below. Hit subscribe for more weird history.